Now don't take this the wrong way. I know with every fiber of my being that these two games could not be any less similar. However, if this character is not voiced by Erica Harlatcher by the time this game gets a dub, I'm writing. It's gonna happen.
Everybody like, are you ready to go? Ready to go? Everybody like,
Tell me I'm late. I dare you. I'm gonna grind you in the dust, starting with your teeth. What is up, y'all? Soul here, and welcome back to my story mode. Today we're gonna be doing the most in-depth breakdown of the new trailer for Neo: The World Ends With You that was released just a couple of days ago. This is one of the ultimate sequels that I didn't even know that I was waiting for. The World Ends With You is one of my favorite games of all time, and I cannot tell you how ecstatic I was to see that this was coming just next year. It's so close, and I can't wait. But as we have it now, we don't have a lot of information. We have a solid trailer, we have some solid gameplay, we have a little bit of dialogue, and not much else to go on besides theories and the last game. So we're gonna do everything we can to absolutely tear this trailer apart so we can get maybe a better understanding of what we're getting into this upcoming year. How about we cease the delay here and start hopping into it? For starters, it still takes place in Shibuya as per usual, with some familiar shops like Tower Records and some new places like this place called Parko. Not sure what this is about, but I think we're buying parking spaces. I think we got us a big game here. After a little bit of exploration, we get some in-battle gameplay. We now have 3D free-flow movement. They seem to be using a bunch of flashy attacks utilizing the pins from the bottom screen there, which has always been a unique part of The World Ends With You. Starting off, it seems we only have access to those 4 pins, but I'm sure as we play throughout the game, we'll be able to open up more slots to utilize more pins at once. The pins have meters under them, and during the character introductions, we see those meters getting a lot lower, meaning that the usage of those pins are still limited. On the top of the screen there, if you pay attention, we could see the team HP bar, meaning that when we switch between what seems to be one of 4 characters, they still share the damage. Thankfully though, the sync rate has also returned completely, meaning that we're also in for some sick ass team attacks, just like the first game. We're then introduced to the main characters. First, we have Rindo, who clearly passed away during 2020 specifically because this man rocks a mask as opposed to the usual oversized collar. He mentioned having visions, and the way he says it makes it seem as if he's living in one of those visions he had a day before. Not much to roll with yet, but he seems like a solid MC so far. Love the fit, by the way, Nomura. Love it. After him, we're immediately introduced to Fret. He gives off kind of a cocky powerhouse best friend kind of vibe. And, much like Rindo, his fit is also very slick. Those earrings? Might have to cop those. Next up, we have Nagi, who is clearly dweeby and introverted. Extrovert by force of the situation. So she's gonna do most of the complaining, but she's cute. I'm here for it. And then there's the outlier. Minamimoto himself has been placed in as a main character of this game. We have a lot to go over with him, but that's a whole different video on its own. Because if I try to go into this right now, I'm gonna get a Zeta headache. Next up, we get a scene showcasing the use of the base pin from the original game, the one that allowed Neku to read minds of anyone that was still alive, meaning that this is gonna be a key mechanic once again. I suspect that the thoughts that are gonna be story mandatory are gonna be a more clear, standout kind of color, like gold or something crazy. Afterwards, we get a bunch of dialogue between our new main characters, some new characters and some returners. A girl tells us about the app that we're going to be referring to for missions called the RNS, which stands for the Reaper Networking Service. So instead of getting texts or emails like the previous game, we're modern now. We got nice phones. We know how to use them this time. The girl that's explaining everything with the cat girl hoodie is completely unfamiliar to me. I'm not sure if she's a Reaper or she just plays more of an informant role, but she's helpful so far, so for the time being, I'm just gonna assume that she's indifferent to the game's outcome. After her, we get introduced to who I believe to be one of the Game Masters of the week. His tattoos are a dead giveaway that he's a Reaper, and a scene we get later showcases what might be him as a boss, but who's to say? He could be a regular Reaper on the job doing his thing. Who knows if he's a boss? Hard to say. We get another nameless introduction of an absolute cutie who gives us the rundown on some strange pin that we're supposed to nab related to the game. I'm quite unfamiliar with her as well, but shoot, I kind of want to get familiar, you know what I'm saying? We then get our first bit of dialogue with Sho, practically scaring the main characters into following his lead in the situation, meaning he knows something. We're not sure what that something is yet, but he knows something. After some battling alongside Sho and Fret, we get a glimpse at what I assume to be the first puzzle, some generic guy who's getting threatened by Sho, we get reintroduced to our favorite lollipop boy Kirya, another shot comes up of a girl who we've seen on multiple occasions in the first game's secret ending, Tsumugi, who has a clear interest in the MC, and Game Master Shiba, who makes his showcase but with not much besides his name. After that, we get a couple of intense boss battle gameplay, a short cutscene of Rindo really coming into his role, holding a strange light confirming that he's going to make certain that things are going to change for the better, and then we get a title and the release window, which is summer of 2021. This game is going to be a phenomenal piece of work, and while we're still unclear as to how this game plays into what we know already, we have an idea behind the mind of Nomura. That man is an absolute maniac who's going to be throwing us back and forth like nobody's business, and I have never been more ready to have my brain beaten in like Sho at the end of the last game. It's unclear as to if this game is going to be for newcomers or if this is going to be a direct sequel for more of people that know the series, but either way, I think everybody should give this game a chance because I am so absolutely grateful that this series was given another chance. The first one barely got the light of day as it is, so it's almost a damn miracle that this got announced just 2 days ago. I cannot believe what I'm seeing still. It still boggles my mind that we actually got a sequel to one of the most underrated games of all time. And nothing could make me happier. So I hope you guys will really look into this and give it a chance. And if you're not convinced yet throughout this breakdown of things that you may have missed, I'm going to be doing a lot of digging, a lot of speculation, and a lot of research regarding this game and its connection to the previous game. And you may find something that you like. So if you really want to know more about this game, if you're really all that curious, I recommend sticking around because I've got a lot for you guys in store. So I'm gonna go ahead and skedaddle on out of here and leave it at that. Thank you guys ever so much for watching. I truly do hope you enjoyed. Do me the greatest favor of dropping a like and a comment, and while you're commenting, I want to know your thoughts on everything regarding this game. Do you like what you saw? Do you hate what you saw? Do you like that we got a new cast of characters? Do you absolutely despise the fact that we got a cast of new characters? Do you hate them? I mean, we don't know anything about them yet, so it's a little early to say that, but do you hate them? I want to know. I'm genuinely curious. Anyway, once again, thank you guys ever so much for watching. I truly do hope you enjoyed. Do me the absolute greatest favor of dropping a like and a comment, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. Do me the greatest favor of taking good ass care, and I will see you all next time. Bye!